Masterbox, and I'm coming back with another motherfucking spooky happy Halloween live video. And also, before we give out the title for today's video, shout out to the motherfucking AEW pack smokers in the chat. Shout out to all the boss hogs in the chat. Shout out to all my passport players in the motherfucking chat. Shout out to the Master Marks Militia. We are officially at 700 subscribers. The road to 1,000 continues. I thank everybody who subscribed and been watching the videos and who likes the videos. Shout out to the motherfuckers in the live chat and in the current fucking comment section. Shout out to my boy K Breezy. You know you always first. And then there's a couple other ones who beat you sometime, K Breezy, but shout out to you. Yeah, so shout out to y'all motherfucking AEW pack smokers. Today's video is simply titled The Truth About the Undertaker. And this is a spooky version of Master Marks today for Halloween. Happy Halloween to all you freaks and geeks out there. The truth about the Undertaker. Now, I don't know if the AEW pack smokers know this, but the Undertaker is my favorite wrestler all time. Mark Calloway is a fellow Aries, just like Master Mark. Shout out to all my Aries in the motherfucking chat. Mark Calloway is one of the greatest talents in characters of the Undertaker, of course, characters that has ever been in the wrestling business. He is one of those wrestlers who has always kept up with fucking kayfabe. He's never broken character, and if he has, it's very rare. When he was the dead man, he was the dead man in real life. When he turned into the American Badass, he was the American Badass in real life. He has always kept his characters up. Mark Calloway, also known as The Undertaker, is, to me, the greatest wrestler that's been in the business. Minimum in-ring work, charismatic, tough-ass dude, decent on the mic, great character, has always been a locker room leader. And honestly, to me, he's one of the greatest characters in wrestlers that was ever in the business. I mean, if you think of his streak, right? If you think of his streak, that streak is legendary shit. There will never be another wrestler in the business of wrestling who will have an undefeated streak for that fucking long. There will never be another wrestler in wrestling who will go that long undefeated. That means that you are that dominant of a character that at one special event you are not beaten. The legacy of The Undertaker, honestly, to me, is very important. It's very important to the wrestling business. And there will, hey, look, I fuck with Bray Wyatt. I fuck with his character work. But there will never be another spooky character as good as The Undertaker, ever. Because him having the ability to keep his character up and running for fucking decades, people can't do that these days. People are too woke, and they want to be on Twitter, and they want to pander to fans on fucking Twitter. They don't want to keep their characters. They don't want to keep their characters. I mean, for The Undertaker to go out 23-2 at WrestleMania, that means he's won 23 matches and only lost 2. And the 2 people that he lost a match to was Roman Reigns, the current tribal chief, and Brock Lesnar, one of the most dominant wrestlers that's ever been in the wrestling business. So what does that tell you about The Undertaker? That tells you that he is more than a fucking icon, more than a fucking legend. He is, to me, now everybody can like Stone Cold, they can like THEROCK, they can like whoever they want. But to me, he is the greatest wrestler in character that has ever been in this business. He don't have to put on 5-star matches. He don't have to do all this tope suicito flips. You get an old school and you get a flip. Whatever, you might get one little tiny fucking flip. But for a big guy, that shit is nearly impossible. I mean, Drew McIntyre can do it now, but of course. Back then. Like The Undertaker always, to me, has been such a great character. And not to even mention, he had one of the greatest managers with Paul Bearer. Rest in peace, Paul Bearer. R.I.P. And the storylines that stemmed off of The Undertaker with Kane and the Ministry of Darkness and the American Badass shit and all of those matches, those legendary matches The Undertaker has had. This is the truth about The Undertaker. And my truth about him is that he is, to me, the greatest wrestler that was in this business. No, he's not the most charismatic, but he is charisma. When he walks to the ring, you feel that feeling of The Undertaker. That uncomfortable feeling that a wrestler who's a dark character should make you feel. You feel like this man is really a dead man, or that he's some kind of fucking caretaker to a gravesite. You feel that. When they presented Undertaker and Kane as brothers, you really thought that these motherfuckers was really brothers, because the way The Undertaker presented the character off, it was just real. It was real. People didn't know. There was times when The Undertaker first came out that people was fucking dead ass scared of The Undertaker. They were scared to fucking death of The Undertaker. Scared. He is one of the greatest fuck that. He's the greatest character ever created. And my all-time favorite greatest wrestler, to me, in my opinion. I mean, he is the legacy of what wrestling is. If you wanted to have a perfect wrestling career, it would be like The Undertaker. The only thing about The Undertaker that I didn't like is I feel like he stayed too long and he should have let it go a little bit earlier. But that's also like Tom Brady. He stayed too long, should have let it go. LeBron James. When you're the greatest, you just don't want to let it go. Because this is everything to you. These moments are everything to you. The Undertaker is on that level of Michael Jordan. And wrestling's not fucking real, by the way, guys. Just to let you know, shout out to the AEW Pack Smokers. He's one of those people that's compared in the same thing with like Michael Jordan and Tom Brady. These names of these legendary people that are in the universe. To me, he's the motherfucking greatest wrestler that ever was in the business. Coolest guy. Badass dude. Real life might beat your fucking ass in real life. Tough ass dude. Yeah, he said some shit about people who play video games, but he old school. So anybody who had a problem with Undertaker saying that, he old school. What you expect? What you expect? He come from the old school business of wrestling. Now, mind you, a lot of times there was a lot more drugs and there was a lot more drinking. A lot of people died and all of these things. But the old school business of wrestling is not what the new school business of wrestling is. Back in the day, wrestling was actually not so lame. Like it's fucking lame now. Like who do the kids have to look up to now? Kenny Omega? Johnny Smalgano? Who they gonna look up to? Guys like Undertaker and all of these guys, Stone Cold Steve Austin, who are no longer in the business. Those badass guys don't exist no more in that business. So kids can't even look. Who is kids gonna look up to? Besides maybe Bianca Belair for the little girls. Like The Undertaker, man, honestly, he is the definition of when you get something that somebody is giving you something to do, a task to do, doing it to the fullest. He rode that Undertaker character out for his entire fucking career, and he was damn fucking good at it. And a lot of people need to stop disrespecting the Undertaker like he is not a fucking legend. He's past the legend. I put Undertaker on the list top of every wrestler that has ever been in the business. I don't give a fuck how technical, how many tope suicitos you can do, how many ankle locks you can do. I don't give a fuck about that. The Undertaker is the greatest wrestler that has ever been in the business. And you know what about the Undertaker is the most craziest thing? Unlike a lot of guys who are in the business, the Undertaker always did his job with fucking class. He worked one company, busted his ass like most blue collar fuckers do. Shout out to the motherfucking Undertaker. This is the truth about the Undertaker, and when I'm telling the truth, he is the greatest wrestler to me, in my opinion, that was ever in the business. The greatest character that was ever in the business. Had the greatest streak. Had the greatest fucking entrance. He had the greatest way to walk down to the ring. One of the greatest fucking managers. Some of the greatest storylines. Now, I will admit, some of his title reigns are okay. They're all right. But they were necessary for that time. At the end of the day, y'all already know this is a spooky video, and I fuck with the Undertaker. I want to give a shout out to the AEW Pack Smokers, and once again, thank y'all for supporting Masked Up Marks. Like I said at the beginning, we are at 700 subscribers. I think it's like 703 subscribers, a little bit more than that. But we're there. The road to 1,000 is still ongoing. Shout out to the Undertaker for being in the business and always being a class act. You always deserve your flowers. You are going to be the last and final and only believable spooky character. I mean, I believe some with Bray Wyatt, but it just to some degree. You are always going to be the last and only spooky, not real, dark character that was ever in the business. So you deserve your flowers. You deserve the Hall of Fame. You deserve to be known as a great, and you deserve your fucking respect. At the end of the day, I'm out this bitch. Shout out to the motherfucking AEW Pack Smokers. Oh my God, Jesus Christ. Shout out to the AEW Pack Smokers. I almost said Pack Snokers. What the hell? What is going on, y'all? What's up? It's Monday. I know. I've been at work all motherfucking day, but I did want to make this video. Like I said, shout out to the AEW Pack Smokers. Thank y'all for watching the video. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe, comment. Tell us if you hate us. Tell us if you love us. Tell us if you fuck with the Undertaker. Tell us if you about to go get you some fucking cotton candy fucking coochie from a badass bitch in her fucking Halloween costume on Halloween. Shout out to the motherfucking AEW Pack Smokers like always. Fuck TONYKHAN. Fuck AEW. We at 700. We in this bitch. And I said, bitch. Fuck. I'm out this bitch.